and welcome to India 24 News. I'm Shweta Suryamshi, your host for today's broadcast. Thank you for joining us as we bring you the latest news and events from around the world. Now, our top story is about a local man who claims that his house is haunted by a ghost who does his chores. The man Tushar Prawar, he has reported several strange occurrences in his home. Let's go towards the haunted house. Now I'm here with Tushar. Tushar, can you tell us more about what's been happening in your home?
Yes, of course, I have been noticing strange things happening around my house from the past few weeks. Every morning I wake up, I find my dishes washed, my laundry folded, and even my bed made. At first, I thought it was my roommate playing a prank on me, but he swears that he is not responsible for this.
So, what make you think that it's ghost?
I have heard strange noises at night. Door and windows that I know I have locked are suddenly opened in the morning. Plus, I found a note on my kitchen table that says welcome.
Okay, that is certainly strange. Have you tried to capture any evidence of this ghost?
I set up cameras around my house to try and catch the ghost in action. But every time I check the footage, it's a blank screen.
Yeah, we also have Tushar's neighbor, Miss Sharma, with us. Miss Sharma, have you noticed anything strange happening at Tushar's house?
Yes, I have. I always see strange lights and shadows coming from his house at night, and sometimes I hear strange noises as well. I always thought it was just my imagination, but after hearing Tushar's story, I'm starting to think otherwise.
And we also have with us Tushar's friend, Mr. Sunny. Sunny, what do you make of all this?
Honestly, I think Tushar is just imagining things. There are no such a things as a ghost. And I'm sure there is a logical explanation for all of this.
Okay, fine. We have a several panel expert who will be discussing this unusual story with us today. Let's start with our first case, a paranormal investigator. Miss Nilofer, what are your thoughts on this situation?
43% of people claim they have possibly lived in a home with ghosts. Due to such evidence, hearing strange noises, spotting shadows, and seeing objects move on their own. Well, it's certainly an interesting case. I have heard of ghosts performing small tasks around the house before, especially if they were tidy and individuals in life. However, it's important to rule out any other explanation before jumping to conclusion. If you are really desperate for some huntings and you are seeing horror films more than once, there is a more questionable side. Unless there are clear signs, you may not realize you are living in a haunted home. Depending on the state, sailors are not necessarily obligated to share whether someone died in a house unless directly asked.
Yeah, that's good point, Miss Nilofer. Let's hear from our second guest, skeptic Harshada. What do you think is really going on here?
I think Tushar is playing a prank or suffering from mental health issues. Highly unlikely that a ghost is doing his chores for him. Absolutely. Just because I'm a skeptic when it comes to the supernatural doesn't mean I don't believe in helping others. It's possible that the man has a friend or family members who is trying.
Yeah, interesting perspective. Let's hear from our third guest, a psychologist, Mr. Abhi. What could be causing these man experiences?
It's possible that he's experiencing a type of illusion. I would recommend that he seek a professional help to determine the cause of experiences. It's highly unlikely that a ghost is doing this man's chores. There must be a logical explanation for what's happening. Perhaps he has a roommate who is playing a prank on him, or he is suffering from a medical condition that's affecting his memory.
Yeah, that's good advice. Let's hear from our fourth guest, a ghost hunter, Mr. Mahendra. Do you think this man?
It's possible. I've encountered many ghosts over the years who interacted with the livings in unusual ways, but like the paranormal investigator said, it's important to rule out other explanations first. I've known many ghosts who wanted to help in living in small ways. It's possible that this ghost feels a connection to the man and want to assist.
Well, it's certainly it's fantastic story. Thanks to our panel guests for their insight and contribution to the discussion today. We appreciate your time and expertise on this unusual story. And that's all for today's broadcast. Join us again tomorrow for more news and analysis from around the world. I'm Shweta Suryamshi. Thank you for watching India 24 News.
Good evening. I'm Mahendra Rathore, your host, and today we will be discussing the trends of the people giving the first priority to the IT field over the other fields. Joining me today are new guests who will be sharing their thoughts and experience on this topic. Now, we will take opinion from our first guest, Ms. Shweta Suryavanshi, who is the team leader in Microsoft, who is working for about 5 years. So, Shweta, what's your view on this?
Opportunity to present my opinion. I work in the IT field and I believe it's because of the numerous opportunity and higher salaries available. Plus, technology is becoming increasingly important in our daily lives. I can add more points to support your perspective on why people choose to work in the IT field like job security. The IT industry is constantly evolving and growing, which means that there is a high demand for skilled IT professionals. This provides job security for those who work in this field. And IT industry also provides flexibility, creativity and innovation. Also work environment with personal and professional growth also. Thanks, Mahendra.
Thank you, Shweta, for your view on this. Now, let's hear from our next guest, Mr. Abhijit, who is also a PhD holder in the IT research and communications. So, Mr. Abhijit, kindly share your thoughts on this.
Thanks, Mahendra, for giving me opportunity to present my opinion. I am in the healthcare field, and I think the pandemic has highlighted the importance of healthcare workers. However, I do agree that IT is an important field and provides valuable support to healthcare workers. In short, while healthcare workers are the frontline heroes of the pandemic, IT professionals are the unsung heroes who are working behind the scene to provide the technology and support that enable healthcare workers to deliver the best possible care to their patients. The healthcare and IT fields are interdependent and collaborative. Thanks, Mahendra.
Thanks, Abhijit. Now let's move on to our next guest, Mr. Harshada Pisal, who is working in the C-DAC as senior professor.
Thanks, Mahendra. As I'm working from several years in education field, I believe that technology is essential in the classroom. It helps students to learn in a new and innovative ways. Technology offers a range of tools and resources that can help engage students and enhance their learning experiences. For example, interactive whiteboards and digital learning platforms allow teachers to present material in dynamic ways. While it's important to remember that technology is a tool and not a replacement for good teaching, can help students learn in a new and innovative ways.
That's a good point. Thank you, Harshada, for your opinion. Now we'll talk to our next guest, which all you know very well, Miss Nilofer Tamboli, famous singer from Bollywood industry. Thank you, ma'am, for coming. And honestly, ma'am, I'm a big fan of yours.
Thanks, Mahendra, for liking my work. Now, get back to your question. I do use technology to create and promote my music. It's amazing how much technology has reformed the music industry in countless ways, from the way music is created to the way it is distributed and consumed. In short, technology has had a deep impact on the music industry, enabling musicians to create and distribute music in a new and innovative way, while providing fans with a remarkable access to world of diverse music and immersive experience. As a musician, I am excited to see what new possibilities technology will unlock for the music industry in the years to come.
Thanks, Miss Nilofer, for your view on this. Now we will talk to our next guest.
Thank you, Mahendraji, for giving me the opportunity to present my opinion. Nowadays, I work in the hospitality industry. I think it has been a game changer in terms of customer service and guest experience. It's allow us to personalize the experience of each guest and make their stay more comfortable. In the hospitality industry, the customer service and guest experience is more important to us. Overall, overall technology has transformed hospitality industry, make it possible to deliver personalized and seamless experience to guests by AI powered tool, hotels, and enhance guest satisfaction and loyalty. The ultimate goal is to business growth and our customer satisfaction. Thank you, Mahendraji.
Thanks, Mr. Prathamesh, for your view on this. Now we will move to our next guest, Mr. Tushar, who is scientist by profession.
Thanks, Mahendra. As a scientist, I believe that technology is essential in all fields. It helps to learn new innovative technologies. In the field of science, technology has become an integral part of research and discovery. From advanced imaging techniques and computer simulation to big data analytics and machine learning algorithms, technology has enabled us to explore new opportunities all over the world. However, technology has made it possible to collaborate and share researches on a global scale, accelerating the space of discovery and driving innovations. As a scientist, I am excited to see what new technologies will emerging in a future and how they will continue to shape the field of science and driving innovations. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks, Mr. Tushar, for your amazing view. And I would also like to thank all our panel guests for their insight and contribution to the discussion today. Thank you for your time and expertise. Now, I would like to conclude the discussion and finalize that IT field is having a huge scope in each and every domain. And that's all for today's broadcast. Joining us again tomorrow for more news and analysis from all around the world. I'm Mahendra Rathore, your host. Thank you for watching India News 24.